What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the Shang-Chi Legends of the Ten Ring figures. We're also going to be talking about this cool wave that just came out from the Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure wave. So stay tuned for this episode on Shang-Chi and the Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure wave. All right, guys, let's get into this character. This is Shang-Chi from the movie. And of course, looking directly at the head sculpt, they did a phenomenal job with Shang-Chi. This is the movie version, of course. And most of you guys remember Shang-Chi like the comic book version. And there you have more of that comic book version of Shang-Chi. Just want to go ahead and show you guys the differences. But this Shang-Chi, they did an incredible job. For those of you that don't know much of Shang-Chi, he actually has been trained for 19 years from different martial artists and different forms of martial arts. So he was actually isolated because his dad wanted to use him as almost like a super weapon. So when Shang-Chi came out of isolation, he pretty much knew almost every type of martial arts. So I want to go ahead and show you guys a little bit more of this figure. There on the chest, you see a lot of that black lining there. Not bad. Really like the uniform, that red and black. And then, of course, you get a solid line going down the middle. You get a little bit more of that black on the sides there. And on the very top of the shoulders, you see a little bit more of that black as well. Like the whole collar, what they did there on the inside with that black. And it looks really, really good. I mean, they gave him black pants and they gave him sneakers, man. So you can't go wrong. There on the bottom, you see the white bottom on the sneakers. So I think that was a nice touch and a very modern look to this Shang-Chi. So a little bit about this guy, man. He is extremely tough. I know most of you guys, when you think about martial arts, you probably think about this guy right here, Iron Fist. But definitely Iron Fist would be, I would say, my second pick because Shang-Chi is just so overpowered in the martial arts realm. He is very, very tough, and he is as far as they come to, like, I mean, Bruce Lee status. When they dropped Shang-Chi, they actually dropped him because martial arts was so big in the 1970s. So at that time, you know, you had all these movies, and one of the movies that actually inspired this character was probably like Enter the Dragon, you know? And that's why when you see Shang-Chi in the comic books, this version of Shang-Chi, you kind of get like that Bruce Lee feel, you know? And it's actually pretty awesome that they would do this. And I'm dying to see this movie because I want to see how good the martial arts are in it. The comic book that Shang-Chi made his appearance on was the Masters of Kung Fu. So there alone, just on the title, it should tell you guys that this movie is going to be epic and probably a lot of amazing fight scenes. But nevertheless, Shang-Chi does come with some interchangeable hands, and there you have the interchangeable hands. These two hands look like snapping finger hands. Here you have a holding hand, and then over here you get a kind of like the claw hand for the Kung Fu status there. And then you get a cool weapon. There you see the weapon, kind of like a staff. So not bad. And there you get kind of like the Mr. Hyde left leg there. And of course you can see the green pants with the black shoes. So just want to go ahead and show that. And yeah, man, this is the Shang-Chi from the movie, from the Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure wave. All right, guys. So the next figure I want to get into is Wenwu. This is the father of Shang-Chi. And most of you guys probably know him in the comic books as Fu Manchu. So just wanted to go ahead and state that. But let's get into this figure real quick. There you see the head sculpt. And they did a really good job with the head sculpt. As you can see, they have the hair there, kind of like to the side. And then, of course, the uniform has a really nice touch to it. You get a little bit of that navy blue on the collar there. And it goes into almost like that black armor. And you get a couple of the spikes there on that royal blue. And then going into the bottom of the figure, You get a very nice cloth kind of like robe there, and it looks pretty cool. The very front of it has some padding, and you get kind of like a grayish belt. And I believe that is the symbol for the 10 rings, which is the organization that he's the leader of. So just want to go ahead and show off this figure. And then, of course, you get the black pants and the black boots. For those of you that don't know, Wenwu, or Fu Manchu, is the father of Shang-Chi. This is the man that isolated Shang-Chi to learn many different forms of martial arts and to train him to be his top assassin. So the dad already had in mind that he was going to make him an assassin and he wouldn't know his whereabouts. So Shang-Chi always thought that his father was an honorable man, you know, something about world peace and so forth. So these are all the things that were fed to Shang-Chi. But nevertheless, he realized his father was evil when, of course, the father sent him to kill a man, one of his many targets. And that's where he was told about his dad's evil ways and his criminal organization. So really, really cool storyline, of course. Can't wait to see how they spin it in the movies. But here you have, of course, the Build-A-Figure hand. This is the, I believe, the right arm to Mr. Hyde. And, of course, comes with a very cool cane there. And then, of course, you have interchangeable hands. Here you have kind of like the two Kung Fu claw hands. And then you have a closed hand and a holding hand. So just wanted to go ahead and show that as well. But definitely Wenwu are also very good in the martial arts. And this is Wenwu from the Marvel Legends Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure wave. Alright guys, so the next figure I want to get into is from the Contest of Champions. This is the Civil Warrior Captain America, and it looks phenomenal. Really like it a lot. However, the scale is the same scale as the Hydra look to Captain America that you see here. So this is the evil look to the Captain America, and you can tell everything is pretty much identical, even the belt, aside from, of course, the color pattern here. You get a red on the gloves and a silver and blue. Also a baby blue in the head sculpt. There you see the head sculpt, and the eyes are a baby blue. And of course you have the Captain America logo on the helmet there. And then I really like chest plate. There you have the outline on the star, a red, and on the inside this star is baby blue. So not bad. Of course, the baby blue is to depict the lighting in the suit, because you can tell it lights up. There on the middle of the abdomen, you get a little bit more of that baby blue, and of course the silver. So a lot of cool things about this figure. I really do like the color on this figure. And there on the upper thighs, you get a red lining going down the middle. And you get more of that silver with the baby blue lights that you see there on the knee padding. So not a bad look at all. One of my favorite parts of this figure is, of course, the Art Reactor Captain America shield. You get kind of like that vibe, almost like that Art Reactor vibe in the center there. It gives you a little bit of that Tony Stark vibe. So not bad. And then you get a little bit of that fadedness or battle damage on the shield. So really do like the shield a lot. I really like the shield and the way it looks. But I definitely know that for a fact this is the same scale. I just like the color pattern on the Civil War Captain America better. So definitely like the Civil Warrior concept of Contest of Champions. And this is from the Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure wave. And of course, comes with the very cool Mr. Hyde head sculpt that you see there. And that is a phenomenal head sculpt. So just want to go ahead and show that, guys. And this is the Civil Warrior from the Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure wave. All right, guys. So the last figure I want to get into is the Tony Stark artificial intelligence. And this is so cool. I really like this Tony Stark. I think that the hologram head sculpt is done well. There you have the hologram head sculpt and just a really cool look to Tony Stark. Definitely a nice touch, something different as far as head sculpts. And there you have the artificial intelligence Tony Stark head sculpt. And of course, that's a hologram image of the head sculpt. So let me go ahead and show that off a little bit more in detail. And you get kind of like that old school look, that Marvel 80 years suit there. Of course, this one's yellow and red with the baby blue art reactor in the middle. And there you see my Marvel's 80 years Iron Man. So a lot of similarities in the suit. But I definitely like this old school vibe to the suit. And there you get the circular patterns on the side of the belt. So just wanted to go ahead and show that. And then you have a little bit more lighting on the very top of the chest there. He does come with 2 closed fists and 2 open hands. And there you see the blast that he comes with. Let me go ahead and show the hands. Of course, 2 closed fists, 2 open hands for the blast that you see there. Also comes with the Mr. Hyde right leg. So that is the right leg to Mr. Hyde. And the extra head sculpt there, the helmet that you see there. And you get to see a little bit of that blue lighting or that baby blue lighting in the mouth and eyes. So just want to go ahead and show that as well. But definitely going to keep him with this head sculpt because I like the whole hologram image that he depicts. So not bad at all. Really like the concept of that new head sculpt. And this is done by Marvel Legends Hasbro. And this is the AI Tony Stark. All right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode on some of these new figures from the Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure wave by Marvel Legends Hasbro. Please subscribe, hit that bell for the next notification, and definitely hit us with a like. I'm G Infinite. Peace out, YouTube.